So I have found that printing off patterns from the internet can be quite successful. It gives a lot of flexibility. However, all patterns off the internet are created. They're not all created equal. So here's a classic example of it. I printed it off, but there is no diagram of how these go together. This is, for most people, quite frustrating, and for me too, but some days I have more patience than others. So you'd think that would be one of the obvious things, and some patterns are definitely better than others. So for instance, this Burda pattern, it actually has a diagram which shows you how it will print, and then all the pieces have numbers to join them. This other pattern called Mood does not have one of those. So it's going to be a very exciting, it's taking me a while to piece it together. But fortunately I know what a bomber jacket pattern should look like, so I can tell what sleeves and things like that, and the colors match. But it's kind of an obvious oversight on their part to not give you an overall printed layout to tell you how the pieces go together. So that's life. The one problem I find with these printed Burda patterns, I mean, they're really good patterns, but the instructions are awful. And even for someone with many years of experience, sometimes you really have to look up the technique that you need to figure out how the pieces will go together if you're doing something really complicated. So I was making a jacket, a seersucker jacket. Pattern pieces fit perfectly, which was really good. But there were extra pieces. It didn't explain why. It's because the pattern was shared over more than one. But it didn't tell you how to do the vents or anything else. You had to look up how to actually do the vents. It just said, do vents. So, of course, it's been years since I've actually done a vent. So that didn't win any awards in my book from that point of view. However, I did complete the jacket in the end. It was just a matter of looking up to remember how to do the techniques. So here's your classic. I've got all these pieces, and it's a matter. I can tell those ones will go together, but I'm missing the middle. I've got to find the center bit somewhere. Maybe it's this. Yeah, found it. So it looks like it's piece 7. So that's, I'm winning, but you have to be in a mood to piece a puzzle together without kind of knowing what you're doing or where you're going in the end. So what happens is, once you figure out how these go together, there's always a bit of an extra trimming that you need to do on these. So it's not really a problem. But what you need to do is trim as closely as you possibly can, so that when you overlap it, one part doesn't interfere with the other. So you see here that this one's a little different. The other ones actually show you overlap. This one you sort of have to trim and guess. But it's actually once they go together, it's kind of neat how they've done it. They've done it so perfectly. So for instance, that arrow has to line up there. And when you've got it in the right place, the lines will match it perfectly. So that seems a bit twisted there, but that's... I would say about that. So then what I do is I use this tape thing to hold it in place until I can get a piece of tape to hold it permanently. And you do end up with a very nice pattern in the end. So I bought myself a big tape dispenser because I've been doing a lot of these lately. And it's quite nice. So here's the other side, so I need to trim hard. Just hack away. Because that part doesn't matter. As long as you make sure you put it on straight. That's the one part. So you can see this part doesn't have any indication of how you know it's straight. So the only way you can do it is to figure it out by lining it up here. So that's too high, so I'm guessing it must have to come out more. Till the edges. So the edges meet on this pattern. So that tells you you're straight at your 90. And then you have to pull it out. There. So put that there to hold it in place. And tape. And now this won't really go in there. Oops. There's. So I've still got to figure out where the bottom is in all of these pieces. That doesn't fit. So I'm pretty sure this eventually becomes the bottom, but we've still got some way to go before we get there. So you get an idea that without that indication, this is a bit of a puzzle piece of fun. But anyway, I shall keep meandering. Hopefully we'll figure this out soon.